YouTube. No ages, boy TSJ Starbucks, all that good stuff. It is Saturday, the 23rd of September. It's been, I won't say been a minute, probably been a week or so. I'm me doing a video for Show and Tell. This is the new episode of Show and Tell. I don't know which number we're at right now because I told you I've renumbered every single one, and I don't know where I'm at now, right now. But I got pickups. Just I'm not in a rush to like make videos for that no more. I may not even just do a pickup. I may just like do the collection video that I've been saying I was gonna do for God knows how long. And now, for me, it's a little bit more memorable because I think I counted. I may have to recount again, and I think I have actually reached 100 pairs of shoes, which is crazy. Like I've been stopped counting. Like I don't keep up with all that shit no more. One day I was rearranging, and I just decided to count, and I counted. And I'm like, I really have 100 kicks. It's freaking crazy. So, I mean, for regular folks, it's crazy. It's insane to have that many pair of shoes. You only have 2 feet. But in the sneaker world, that's kind of an accomplishment in a sense. I mean, it's weird, but it is. So, this one is, I don't know. I was just trying to think of like, what shoe do I want to do next that has a story, because I told you, the majority of these shoes I got has some type of story. Some of them don't. It's just I like the color. But for the most part, it's always some type of story with the majority of all the shoes I have. So I decided to do 2 in 1 to get it out the way because it makes no sense to make a video on each. Even though I feel as though one of them can have a video all of them itself. But today we're doing LeBrons. And I'm not a huge LeBron fan. I don't have nothing against them or the shoes or whatever. But I'm the type of person, I don't care if I don't like you. I could hate you. But if you make a dope shoe, I can't ignore it. Like, I won't say I hate the man, but I really particularly don't like Kobe. Like, nowadays, I mean, he's probably more reserved, but he's kind of like Jordan. Everybody loves Jordan with his shoes in basketball, right? But from what I heard, he's an asshole in real life. Like, he's very arrogant, he's pompous, and he's just an asshole all around. So Kobe got some of the same traits. Like, I think it all started from when they was in the finals in Philly with the Sixers. It was the first time Sixers been in the finals, God knows how long. And you know, the whole city, I told you I'm not that far from Philly. So everybody, my city, Philly, all the surrounding areas was hype. He said something in the interview along the lines of he don't give a damn about none of that Philly brotherly love stuff. He come here to win a game and make them lose, and that's what he's here to do. And ever since then, Philly hated him. And y'all gotta remember, he's from I don't know if it's necessarily Philly, but he's from close by. If it ain't Philly, he's from Lower Marion. He went to Lower Marion, which I'm geographically I don't know if that's in Philly, but it's close. If it's not, and he whooped our asses from like he literally put a shoe out dedicated to whooping our ass. Like what is it called? I think it's called the Rivalry. I believe it's the Kobe 10, if I'm not mistaken. It's orange and black. And if anybody from around here knows, Chester High School Clippers colors is orange and black, which is like the weirdest colors, like Halloween. But I think that was like a spit in the face. So a lot of people ain't liked him ever since, and he just got an attitude problem. But he has dope shoes. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and not buy his shoes because I don't like him as a person. I still like the fucking shoes, like the hell. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. These two shoes to me, like I say on kind of general release, Quick Strike is like one of the best, dopest LeBrons to come out. And on top of that, I think this is where like the hype, the real hysteria hype for LeBron started. First one you got LeBron 8 South Beach V1, and you also got LeBron 8 Low V2 Miami Nights. Now, these two shoes, I think I'll get started on this one. This one, for many reasons. For one, I think this is like, to me, to my knowledge, because I didn't keep up with LeBron's, this has to be the first color and the first shoe that LeBron had where though the hype got real. Like, after this shoe, it was all about LeBron, like, of the newer players when it came to shoes. Like, I mean, before then, people would talk about his shoes or I would see his shoes, but it wasn't a big deal. Like, his first shoe, I wasn't like a big fan of it. Like I really didn't like it really at all. It's not a bad shoe. It's just it wasn't for me. I seen a lot of kids in school and people in my family like had a few pairs, but it wasn't like they got them because they just loved the shoe. They loved LeBron because he was the. I mean, he came straight out of high school, and the stories I was hearing about him before I watched him was like he basically was a freak of nature. Like he could play damn near almost every position on the court, and that was damn near heard of at the time. So I think the one that hit for me was the two. Like I didn't necessarily like the two. I just like how I had the strap and it said Nike on it. I loved that. My favorite color was the Obsidian, the white and blue joints, and I still want them to this day. But other than that, I think the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't know that much about LeBron. I wasn't even into shoes as hard as I was at the time. I was just like focused on life basically. And once I got back into sneakers, again, I said the cool gray got me back into sneakers in 2010. I started paying attention more again. And plus, my brother, he started getting into shoes heavy. And he was always telling me about LeBrons and Yeezys and all those other shoes that I knew nothing about. And once I got back in, and I think I went to my first camp out, and I didn't have to camp out, I just went to see it. The cool grays, it's like my first video on this page. Somebody like in front of the line had these on. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck are those? And that's when my brother broke down. All those are LeBrons, the 8s. They call him South Beach because he left Miami, or he left Cleveland with Miami, and they made this shoe in honor of that, whatever. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of that story shit. They just dope as hell. So that's once I started researching, and that's when I learned about resale. That's when I learned about resellers, because I'm like, well, the shoe says $300. You telling me that's how much it cost in the store? He's like, no, like it was 180 or 175, whatever how much it was. But once like it sells out and people still want the shoe, people resell it for more, which I thought was at the time was nuts. It was fucking crazy, not knowing what it would lead into. So I still wasn't paying the shoe that much, this color that much mind. I did like the shoe. I was more focused trying to get the Chinas, the white and red ones, but I didn't really pull the trigger because I was like, it's not enough red in the shoe. Like I seen the unchinas, which I thought was samples, and I could never find them in the store or nothing. And mind you, nobody was buying the LeBrons that heavy, even with this shoe, this color. And I think it was around the time when the Cool Garys came out, people started buying like shoes more and more and more, and like the hype started building and building. I mean, like $300 nowadays seems like it's not a little bit of money, but it's not a super huge lot because shoes are retailing for $400 now. So it wasn't like nowadays that's not that big of a deal, but back then $300 was a lot of goddamn money. I think Jordan was retailing for $160 at the time, and it still might have been $150. I'm not sure, but the 11s was the one retailing for like $175 because of the box and all that other extra shit. And these was like, it might be on the box. Let me see. And like this was another thing. Everybody loved LeBron boxes. I don't think I have the paper in here. Now I don't have the paper where you show him on there like doing the thing he does with the chalk. But these retail for the retailers doing about to fall off. Well, these was $162, and these was from Foot Action. But so the shoe, like I mean the color, from what I was told, it's sold out, but it sold out kind of poorly. And I'm not too sure about this, but people was telling me these only released in Miami. But I don't know how true that is, because I heard a lot of people tell me they got these from King of Prussia Mall, which is not too far from me, like the only mall I really have around here. So I don't know the truth of that part, but I know these were only released in Miami. I know that for a fact, because I wanted these more than these. So the resale was like stuck at $300-$400, something like that, which ain't a big of a deal. Even back then, if we was on it how he is now. But once it got close to the end of the year 2011 and the Black Cements came out, which sold in like minutes everywhere I went. Everybody was sold out. I got mine by luck, and I didn't even get the actual size I desired. I wanted a 10.5. I had to get a 10, which actually was better for me. But once that Concord hit, once that released, that's when the hysteria of campouts and resale and the people getting beat up for their shoes again, all that shit that used to happen back then, and all this new stuff that's going on now, that's when it first started. And this shoe skyrocketed in resale value. Like it went from like being worth $300-$400 to being worth $11 to $12. Some people still want like $900 to $1,000 for a DS pair. These I think I paid like $300-400 maybe because they were used. And now you probably, if you're lucky enough, you can find somebody trying to off these for like 250, 275. I've seen plenty of them, and I may get a second pair because these is kind of tight. It's another thing. That's when I realized these LeBrons run super small. So this joint eluded me for years because I always wanted it. I bought a fake pair. Not ashamed to say it. The video's still up. If you want to see it, just go back to like my first couple videos. I tell you, I got the shoe, the fake, and I got it because at the time I didn't see myself spending more than 180 for a shoe, which is like I already thought was still too much. But the older you get, and if you're like how I am still into this shit, you develop a more tastefulness for more expensive shit. Like I won't spend that much on every single shoe, but if I really want a shoe bad enough and I can afford it, I'm willing to pay it sometimes. So I was wearing a fake one, and I think I went to Six Flags with it on, and I loved the shoe to death. Nobody could tell me nothing until I seen somebody at Six Flags with a real pair on, and that's when I noticed all the differences. At first, when I had the fake and I didn't have a real one to compare it to, I thought they looked just like the real ones. I wish I still had it today. But after like that, I started using it for work and cutting the grass and shit. But that's what said it made me like I stopped wearing fakes like that. I stopped trying to compare the differences because that was back then before UAs. This was AAA quality, $65 drinks. So I was on the hunt for these, and I already knew for a fact I probably wasn't gonna get them. I didn't know nothing about sneaker trading. I didn't know nothing about flipping shoes to get like the shoe you want. I didn't know nothing about none of that. All I knew about is trying to get to the store soon as it opens, or like camp out so you can get your shoe for retail. That was all I knew at the time. So basically, I didn't get this shoe till last year, which is 2016, which is approximately. Do they have the date on these? I'm not sure when these came out. I think it came out 09 or it might have been 2010. I'm not sure. Yeah, 2010. So I got the shoe 6 years later, which to me is a blessing in disguise for me because I got almost every shoe I want so far yet. There's a couple more I'm looking at for way dirt cheap prices. I still want them to this day. Now, it probably would have meant more if I got this shoe when initially released or around that time because I don't know, like nobody's into Nike anymore. But let's get to the other one. These, the Miami Nights. Still to this day, this shoe goes for a lot of money. This shoe goes for, it ranges from like maybe 1,000 up to 2,000. Like a used pair goes for 1,000. I was lucky enough to get these for like I think about 600, maybe a little bit less, because it's a lot of cosmetic issues on it. I don't know if this is the particular shoe. I think it's the other one, but one of the shoes has a slight like slit or hole right here, and of course the traction is damn near gone on these, and it's not my official size. They're 11.5. But again, remember what I told you, LeBron's run small, so these fit like a 10.5, 11. So these fit just right. So it was a good thing I did get them 11.5. And again, got these 6 years later and through the skin of my teeth. Because if that dude didn't sell them for what he sold them for, I still probably be looking for a pair because I'm not paying $1,000. Like I don't. These are not worth $1,000 to me. I pay for shoes what I think they're worth for what they're worth to me. But I didn't know too much about this. The only thing I knew is that the guy Carlos Sanchez, y'all know him as Sneak Geeks, he reviewed these, and at the time he was reviewing shit like 6 months before they was coming out. I don't know how early he was reviewing this one. I don't know, but it was the first time he did it on foot, and these shits was just fucking beautiful. I was like, it was so dope to me because I don't know. I know the theme behind it. It's Miami Nights. So to me, when I see this, I think I've never been to Miami, but I know the lifestyle about Miami. It just, to me, this looks like the inside of a Miami club. And they always had like the little confetti coming down like in the club and shit like that. That's what this looks like to me. Because they got these fluorescent colors in their night lights outside their clubs and buildings and shit. And they do shit like that. They have the streamers, like the girls coming out with the champagne with sparklers on it and all this, the confetti and all that bullshit falling out of the sky or from the rooftops down to the people on the dance floor. And this is exactly what this shit looks like to me. And I thought that was so fucking dope. And I was in love with the shoe ever since release. And it was never on my radar until last year when I said I'm getting older. I'm not like it's not too much coming out that I like. Adidas got everything in the palm of their hands now, so Nike is like suffering with the designs. Jordan, oh, we not even talking about Jordan. Just they doing what everybody says. They just re-releasing the same shoes over and over and over again. On one hand, it's cool because if your shoe fall apart, which Jordans fall apart all the fucking time after years, it's good to get a new pair back. But you keep raising the price and you keep shitting on the fucking quality. Like, it's making people go to other routes. But in a sense, it's good for me because there's a lot of shoes I'm missing. Or again, I got rid of because I had to buy a car and I didn't have the money at the time. So I'm trying to get a lot of those back. And this is, when I get back, this is one of the shoes I wanted to get, and to get it for the cheapest price. It's all due to Yeezy and Ultra Boost and all the other shit that everybody's on. So again, I say in every video, I thank y'all and I want y'all to stay on that wave as long as possible, so I can get all these shoes for like close to retail or just a cheaper price. So these are like two of my favorite LeBrons I have right now. I got a couple other, but these are like the two most favorite. Like, I can't trade these for nothing. Period. Like, I can't give these up. Like, I can literally look at these shoes all fucking day. That's how much I love these shoes. So that was it. I just wanted to hurry up and make the video. I gotta go to work soon. But don't know when the next video is. Just know that next month I'm gonna be cranking them out. I mean, not crank them out the same day, but I'm gonna be making a lot of videos because I literally going on vacation at the end of October for 19 days. So it's no excuse for me not make videos. I ain't gonna be able to go to a sneaker show to December. I was supposed to go to Soul Exchange today, actually. Oh, no, last week or the week before. I was supposed to go to SneakerCon today in Atlanta, but again, I put all my free time into next month. So, rate, what I keep saying, rate, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff y'all say, all that stuff y'all want to do. Don't know. I'll probably try to do next video. I'll try to do a discussion with my brother. I'm trying to do that for God knows how long. Plus, we got a lot of things to talk about, the things that happened in his life. So, I'll get back to y'all later.